Hi there. Have you ever wanted to know what your clients, employees, groups, friends, or even yourself think, want, or need? Are you struggling to turn opinions into measurable data? In more technical terms, turning qualitative results into quantitative, measurable data. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that with Excel. What I did was ask a question: how was this tutorial? And with this tool, we'll be able to show results, either by the count for each category or by their percentages of the overall results. First thing we need to do is get a survey or a pros and cons list or some kind of results. And then we need to enter that information into our Excel sheet. So we'll have a number. What number was that response from? We hit this button for fill series. And then we put our responses in. So from each survey or pro and con, put those in. And then we're going to put an assignment field in as well. And that'll become more evident here in a second. Now, I've already got these results back, or responses back, so I'll go ahead and copy them. Well, the next thing we need to do is read each response carefully and create a category for each one. So we're going to have another field here for category. And then each category is going to be assigned a code, a numerical code. And we'll fill the series for that as well. So when you read each response, go through, pick a random one. It was really hard, so category might be hard or difficult. You do that for each one to build each category. So I've done that already. So I put my categories here. I've got hard, unfair, fun, rewarding, and other. Obviously, Where's Waldo would be an other, right? I enjoyed it a lot. That might be fun, so we'll put a 3. We go through each response and assign it its appropriate code for that category. So I like cheeseburgers. That's another other. It was really hard. That's easy, hard, etc. We go through each one and assign it its category code. So I've already done that, and I'll just copy it. And delete these to keep it nice and clean. And as I go, I like to keep everything nice and tidy so it's easy in the future. Next thing we need to do is turn each of these tables into a table. So we'll select them all, go to Insert and Table. It has headers, number, responses, and assignment, so we'll make sure that check mark is checked. Click OK. We'll do the same thing for this. Insert, Table, has headers, OK. We'll expand this to make it nice. Oops. Okay, the next thing we need to do is create a pivot table. So we'll select in here, go back to Insert, and select Pivot Table. We're going to use this, Table 3, add this data to the data model, and click OK. Next thing we need to do is go to this All tab so that we have both of our tables visible. Then if we expand Table 4, we're going to bring our category down. You'll see that it populates our different categories from this sheet. Then we expand our table 3, and we want to bring down our assignment. So we're looking for our values here, what each response was assigned based on its category code. Then we need to hit auto detect. Sometimes it works, most of the time it doesn't. That's okay, we'll hit manage relationships and go to new. Then what we need to do is pick our table. So this will be table 3. And our column is going to be assignment. Then we'll pick our other table. And our column this time will be our code. So it's making a relationship between the code and the assignment. Click OK. And then close. You'll see that it updated these. But right now what it's doing is giving us the sum of each of those categories. Instead of that, what we want to do is come over to our sum or to our values assignment here, click on that, and then click value field settings. We're going to change it to count. Then click OK. So now it's counting how many times each of these categories was assigned from our responses. Next thing we want to do is create the percentage of each of these, how many times these were out of the total as a percentage, in other words. So let's hit equals and then this cell here. That way it populates whatever this cell is from whatever this cell is. And then we'll click on it and drag it down to pick the other 5 or 4. Then what we need to do is create our percentage. So we're going to hit equals our count and then divided by or slash the total and then hit enter. We'll do the same thing for the other 4. So we'll hit equals our next count divided by our total, enter, and so on. Then we can select all of them and click percentage. Next thing to do is to turn them into a nice chart. So we'll highlight our results here, go to insert, and we'll use a bar chart. It's 2D column. Then what we can do is go to our design tab, go to quick layout, and layout 10 is pretty nice. So if we right click on this count of assignment, we'll go to hide all field buttons on chart. That removes them. Then let's delete this field to make it nice and easy. Give it a title by double clicking on it and then double clicking again. Survey results. Then we can format it. Then what we want to do is remove these half results. We're not going to have half results, right? So we'll click on it, right click, and say Format Axis. So the units are what distinguish how often these come up. We'll change that to 1, and then change the minor where it starts to 0. Or rather, what the minor in between each one, that's the minor. Then our maximum we can leave at 5, and then 0 starting at 0. That's good. Then if we right click on one of the bars, we say Format Data Labels, and instead of having our numbers inside our bars, we could say outside end. And that'll put them on top. Then if we click this Fill and Line section, we can go to Fill, say solid fill, and then, oh, sorry, picked the wrong thing. what we want to do is right-click on our bar again, and then go to Format Data Series. Now we can go to the paint can, go to Solid Fill, and change it to black. This is coming along nicely. So next what we want to do is give our axis here a title. So we'll go back to Design and Add Chart Element and Axis Title. This is our primary vertical axis. And we'll double click in it, or triple click in it, and type in count. Then we want to repeat that process for our percentages. So we'll go back to Insert, Pie Chart, or Column, rename it, and we'll right-click on our bar, Format Data Series, go to our paint can, Solid Fill, and change it to black. And if we right-click on it again and say Add Data Labels, it'll put them on top. Now we have our results to our survey question. How was this tutorial? Let me know what you think in the comments, questions, social media. Please feel free to reach out. Also, check the link in the description for a download to this, for which you can use yourself. Thanks for your time.